Okay, friends, we're back. It is the next day. I had to put this project aside because I was getting increasingly frustrated with it, and I just had to say, okay, I'm done with this, or I'm done with it for now. So we're looking at the back of the project here. Last we put the white paper on, we attached the light mechanisms to the back. I didn't want to just leave it plain, so I wanted to put on this word Christmas. Obviously it's a little big, so we have to take into account how we're going to fit this, and it's not going to look silly. So I'm probably going to have to do some overlapping, and I don't know what happened to my tittle on my eye. C-H-R-I-S-T-O, okay. M-A. And I know logically you should put T-M-A-S, but it is what it is, folks. I don't like that. Let's do this one. I don't want these S's too close together. Oh, that one's upside down. So I think like that, maybe. C-H-R-I-S-T-M-A-S. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to do something here. I don't know what happened to it. I looked through all of my paper and I can't find it. So I'm gonna have to compromise and make something for this guy. But I think that looks good. I think this is how I'm going to have it laid out. It kind of disappears a little bit into this white background, so I'm debating on outlining it in black. I might not do that though, because I'm kind of at the point where I'm so over this freaking project. But I do have like some white space here. I have some white space down here. Definitely this part right here is bugging me, so I might go with my initial plan and put that M up here, because it just looks a little less bare. And then I'll suck up the S's being a little close together. Yeah, I think that's just the way it's going to have to be. And I'll probably put something here, maybe something up here, just to kind of balance it a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and get this stuck down, and then we'll come back with the next step. I haven't showed you guys the front yet, because I kind of want that to be like the ta-da, the big reveal. But I will show you, I have some more decorations that I want to put on the front that are three-dimensional, and if I did those first and then flipped it over to do the back, it would crush those decorations on the front. So we're going to do this first, and we'll come back. Okay, everything is stuck to the back. We've got our Christmas, our word Christmas adhered. I'm debating putting something down here, so I'm going to continue to play with that. This is an old collection. It's basic gray. I believe it was called Blitzen Christmas collection. Like I said, I lost the tittle for my eye, but it came with this set of tags. So I just grabbed my handy dandy circle punch. I punched out. I tried to find a pattern that was close to what the eye was. The punch out for the eye, and done. Found it, and it's adhered. So now I'm going to probably put something here. I'm going to continue to work on that, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm finished. I decorated the bag. I just added some holly clusters. This one at the bottom to fill that white space, and then another one here, and then another one up here at the corner. I used the Tim Holtz Sizzix Thinlits. What is this one called? I don't know where the name is. Mini Holiday Greens. And I cut out a bunch of these because I'm going to use a lot of these to decorate the front of the project. But because I cut them all out, all I have is a little cuddle bug. So I try to like crank out as many as I can at a time, so I'm not bringing my die cut machine out again. So I added those, and then I have some of these enamel dots from Gina Marie Designs. If you use a lot of enamel dots, I would highly recommend going here, because I think like one package is like $2.50 if I remember right, and the shipping's really reasonable, and she has tons of colors. This one, it actually is a 4th of July set, but I used all, I don't know where my other red ones are, or I used them all, but these are like real glittery, and I kind of wanted that look for the holly berries. But wholesale crafting supplies.com is where you can find her stuff, but highly recommend these. So I am done with the back. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over to the front, and we'll get started on that, and hopefully we're going to finish this thing today, because I am ready to be done. Okay guys, here we are. Here's the front. It looks kind of plain. It's not lit up, but there are lights in there, and I removed the boxes when I flipped it on the other side to do the decorating on the back, so that's why it looks a little plain. But once we get the boxes in, you're going to see how super cute it is. I do have one thing to say. These mica flakes, holy crap, they're getting everywhere, like everywhere. And I know glitter is the herpes of crafting, but son of a gun, I didn't realize. I don't know. It's super cute. I love the effect. It's just, it's messy. It's a little messy, but that's okay. A little mess is all right. And I'm sorry for my shirt. This is my favorite sweatshirt, and it's definitely seen better days. So I'm sorry you're seeing my ratty sleeves. I love this sweatshirt. I'll probably be buried in it. I love it. I've had this sweatshirt since I was pregnant with Connor, and he's almost 23. So between 23 and 24 years ago is when I first acquired this sweatshirt. I think it was at a yard sale, as a matter of fact. Funny. Okay, so next step is I want to decorate these ledges here, which you can see I've already got the mica flakes kind of coming off to look like snow. But I wanted to put, so I told you, or in the last video I explained that I cut out, these get tangled easily. I cut out a lot of these dies, or these leaves. Oopsie, we lost one. Using the Tim Holtz mini holiday green set. So I cut a bunch out in different, I got 2 shades of green in this collection, so I cut out a bunch of them. And I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do yet, but I was thinking, you know, kind of some pine boughs, you know, across just these 2, because this will get in the way of pulling the boxes in and out, and so will this. So I'll probably do it here and here. And I'm going to have to attach these. I'll probably build them on my desktop and then attach them, because I think that will be easier. But in addition to that, let me put these guys aside. In one of Tim Holtz's lives, he made these pine cones using, let's see, what's this one called? The Tiny Tattered Florals. So this is a die set, and I'll show you here, where when you cut it out, it cuts a spiral, and then you twist. It comes with this little quilling tool, and then you twist the die cuts and make these little flowers. But what he used it for was to make pine cones. So, ooh, look, it's like raining paper. What he used it for, oh, I just bent that one. That's okay, we're gonna bend him here in a minute. What he used it for was to build a pine cone. So you don't use the quilling tool, you actually get a toothpick, and you start twisting this up, and it goes up lengthwise or vertical instead of around horizontal like you would with a traditional flower. So I'm going to use, I had some brown paper that looks like, oh my goodness, leather. So I'm going to use that. The back is white, but I think I'm going to ink this with some Distress ink and then see how that looks. But my pine cone hopefully will turn out. We're gonna see, but I'm gonna go, I need toothpicks. I have to run downstairs and get toothpicks out of the kitchen. And then I'm gonna start on making these pine cones, sorry, the dogs, and constructing my decorations for the front of my advent calendar. So we'll be back. Okay guys, here I am messing around. I tell you what, I am not I think I've said this. I'm not a mixed media artist, so this is all a learning process for me. Boy, have I learned a lot with this advent calendar. So I should have distressed my paper before I cut it out into these pine cones, but I didn't do that. So now my pine cones are like, the paper's not real thick, so they're kind of like, they're wiggly. I'm trying to dry off all the stuff that I put on them so that they dry. I'm gonna get my heat gun in a minute, but because the paper's not real thick, now the paper is kind of wimpy and tearing. I just did not go about this the right way. So I'm trying to carefully pick up, like it's wet paper, so it tears super easy. But I'm trying to put it back. Oh my gosh, I'm such a dork. I'm trying to put this like back in the little circular configuration so it can dry and I can make these stinking pine cones. So this is, look at my fingers. Ew, gross. That one I think is okay. This one, I'm not sure. I think I definitely need some more paper towels though. This is how we learn, is trying things, right? But wow, I really goofed this one. I really goofed this one. So I'm gonna try to. So two things I would do differently. I would use thicker paper, and I would distress my paper or spray it or ink it or whatever I needed to do before, like just a sheet, and then die cut it. Not die cut it and then distress it, because this is not working. It's not working well. But I'm trying to save it because I don't want to have to cut these out again. Oh, see, that one just broke. Okay, well that sucks. Look, I don't know, you can't even see them because they're blending in with my splat mat here, but I've got this little guy. If I can get him up without tearing him. Actually, I think I'll just leave those two there, and I'll just get my heat tool and heat stuff up. So I'm using a couple of different, I was going to use the Tim Holtz Distress Ink and ink these, but because they're kind of delicate, I thought nuts to that. It's going to take too long. So look, I goofed this one. Come on, babe. There we go. Well, that one looks like it broke off. So, oh, that's the middle of that one. I might be able to salvage it. Anyway, I'm using a spray ink. I'm using the Heidi Swap Color Shine in Tea. And then I've got the Lindy Stamp Gang Moonshadow Mist in Crow's Nest Copper. So I put both of these colors on there. They're super pretty. And I've had this for years, the Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, but the spray part isn't working. I don't know if I can buy, I probably could find a small replacement spray bottle for that, but this is what I'm working with. As you can see, it's very shiny, but that's kind of what I wanted. So I'm going to get my heat tool. I'm going to dry these. Hopefully I can salvage this. Hopefully. We'll see how it goes. Okay, friends, take two. That did not work. I did dry them with my heat tool, but the flowers, as I was twisting them to make the pine cone, were falling apart because the paper is really thin. So I've got some heavier weight cardstock. We're going to go from here. And I'm just going to, I've got some Tim Holtz, I've got brushed corduroy, walnut stain, and frayed burlap. And this is how I make paper look like leather. Not that I necessarily want leather, but I want this to kind of have a distressed look. So I'm going in first with my brushed corduroy. And I want the lines. Can you see the lines in there? I want it to kind of look like that. So I'm just going to go in with the three colors. let's do the frayed burlap next. Just kind of random. Probably not going to do the back. And then the walnut stain, which is the darkest one. I know it doesn't look like much now, but it will. Okay. And we've got some ink over here. So the Distress ink does not dry very quickly, which I like. And then I'm going to come in with my Heidi Swapp Tea Color Shine. Now I'm not going to go nuts. Let me move my hot glue gun. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with my Lindy Stamp Gang, my Moonshadow Mist. I'm not doing a spray. I want to just kind of accent this. So I'm barely depressing the, see how it's just kind of giving me some dots and whatnot. There, that's pretty. Okay, so I'm going to hit this with the heat gun and we're going to see what it looks like when it's done. Okay guys, my paper is dry. Ooh, that's like, it looked like my camera was like moving. So close up, you can see like the lines from the ink pads. And then there's the Lindsay Stamp Gang and the Heidi Swapp Color Shine that I added. So really pretty, really pretty. There's the B-side. B-side got a little messy from being on my splat mat, but look how beautiful that is. That's super pretty. And it does curl. It did curl. So I'm going to cut this in half. I'm going to run it through my die cut machine again. One thing I did want to point out, and I learned this from, oh my gosh, I can't remember her name. She's a card maker. And she was demonstrating at Creativation this year. Oh my gosh, I can't remember her name. But she gave me a really good, well, she gave me and my girlfriend Janie a really good tip. That to keep these from clogging, if you, after you're done using it, you tip it upside down and then you spray it like on a scrap piece of paper, it'll clear the spray mechanism and it won't clog. So every time I use one of these, I now tip it upside down. And yeah, you're going to waste a little bit of product, but honestly, it's worth it to me to still be able to spray it. Just grab it and spray and not have to worry about soaking my sprayers or cleaning anything. So just a good tip. This one, like I said, I've had this for years and years. It's actually evaporated a lot because I've had it for so long and I rarely use it. But this sprayer is clogged. I'm going to have to figure out, I have about 10 of these, so I got to figure something out for them. Anyway, these are the two I used for this piece of paper. And this is just Joann's bulk pack cardstock. Nothing, it's not really heavyweight, so I'm hoping this will work. I really don't want something that's super heavyweight because it's going to be hard to roll these tattered flowers into pine cones. So we're going to try this. If this doesn't work, then we're going to be on take 3. Sorry, my dogs. We'll come back. Bye. Okay, friends. I have cut out, I didn't cut out a bunch. I still have almost a whole half and then like a 3/4 of my paper left over. So I'm going to hang on to this just in case this doesn't work and I can find something else to do with this. So the idea, and you can look this up on Tim Holt's blog, this is not my idea, is you hot glue your toothpick here, you roll the flower around upwards instead of just around in a circle, and then you kind of form it and shape it until it looks like a pine cone. So I'm going to start with the bigger one. And actually, happy accident, I guess, the first time around where this didn't work so well. I didn't realize there were 3. there are 3 different sizes. So this is the big one, the medium size one, and then our little tiny one. So I'm going to try to do all 3. I'm not sure if the little tiny one's going to be feasible because it is super tiny. But you know, I like options, so I cut out all three sizes. So I'm going to go ahead and try to create one with the biggest piece, or the biggest die cut, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll be back. Okay friends, I suck at making pine cones. This is my first attempt. It looks, I don't know what it looks like, but it doesn't look like a pine cone. It looks like a rose. Let's find my camera here. And then this is my second attempt. Oh, where's my camera? Yeah, I give up. I'm done trying to make these pine cones. I'm just going to put the pine boughs together, and then probably the little red epoxy for the poly in the middle. So I'll be back. God, what a waste. Okay, friends. Oh my gosh. So I have made, I'm not really happy with this one, so I think it's going to be trash. I have made 1, 2, 3 pine cones that I'm kind of happy with. I don't know if you can see that. So I abandoned this one. I'm really happy with. I think this one looks like a pine cone. I abandoned Tim's technique. This die set comes with a quilling tool. So I actually quilled this and then carefully took it off the quilling tool, put the toothpick in the place of the quilling tool, and then just manipulated it to look like a pine cone. So I'm going to try with the other couple pieces that I have left. I've already thrown away a few because this is not, it's very fiddly. But we'll see how it goes. So I just, you know, I never say die. I always try something until I finally have satisfied my my need to try to figure it out. I did tack the bases with hot glue, and then I went in with my art glitter glue like in between the little leaves and kind of just to secure it. Like you can see, this one turned out to be a mess. That's a mess. But, you know, live and learn. So I'm going to do these 2, and I'm going to call it good. These are so little that they don't really turn out well, so I'm not going to do those. So I'll be back. Okay, so I want to try to show you. I've got it on my quilling tool here. I've wrapped it around itself, and I'm just kind of squishing it. Okay, I hope you can see that. It's hard to show you. Well, let me get, there we go. Do you see? You can kind of see it. It's definitely a rose, but once I pull it out, it's going to look more like a pine cone. So I'm kind of like just twisting it in on itself and pushing to keep those, not the leaves, the petals of the quote-unquote rose together. And then I'm going to grab my toothpick. I'm going to hold on to this little pine cone tight. And then I'm going to pull my quilling tool out. So I have this little guy right here. So oh shoot. It comes apart really easy. So I'm trying to keep it like bunched together so that I can glue it. Crap, which way does it go? Towards me? Towards me. Shoot. See, I didn't have it. Hold on, let me think. See, the bottom came undone. So I'm going to try to wrap that back in on itself so I can make this into a pine cone. So at the very bottom, you'll see that tiny little hole. This is what I'm doing. I'm putting a dab of hot glue right there, and I'm shoving this toothpick down the middle. Shit. There we go, there we go. Sorry to swear, but God, this is so fiddly. Okay. There we go. Now we've got kind of the beginnings of a pine cone, if you can see that. So I'm just kind of manipulating it That little flap is not glued, so I'm going to put a little hot glue there and pull it over. That one actually turned out pretty good. I'm going to hold that until the glue kind of attaches, and then I'm going to twist it counterclockwise, or clockwise rather. Clockwise? Yeah, clockwise. Which was Tim's technique, but I was having a really hard time holding. He just glued it to the toothpick, and then like the toothpick would serve as the quilling tool, but instead of going around, you go up, and that's where I was having problems. My I don't think I wasn't rolling the paper correctly, so it kept coming undone or coming off onto itself. So I'm going to taking my art glitter glue, and I'm just going in between these little pieces, or are those called, I don't think, it's not leaves on a pine cone, but the little layers that make up the pine cone. Just a little tiny bit of this art glitter glue, because I want it to stay. I think my glue is clogged. I want it to stay together once I put it on my project. But the glitter glue dries clear, so even if it oozes out just a little bit, I'm not worried. Oh shoot, that's way too much glue. Anyway, so that's what I've come up with. This one, well, the glue is white, but this one has come out pretty cute. I think I need to put some more glue down here because that looks like it's lifting. But wow, this has been a beast. I have one more regular, kind of larger size one to go. And I tell you what, I would not, again, mess with altering the color of the paper prior to putting these together, because I've been handling it so much. A lot of the spray is coming off on my fingers. So I'm going to end up spraying these again, just to make them look kind of pretty. So I've got 4 so far. Ideally, I'd like to have 6. We'll see if I can get this one, figure this one out. If not, then I think I'm just going to do the 3 on one of the pine boughs. We'll see. So the good news is I figured this out. I didn't let it beat me, and we're going to go from there. We'll be back. Okay, friends, believe it or not, we are almost done. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Almost done. So let me see if I can zoom in. I'm going to take the camera off the mount eventually, and so I can show you more of the details. But I added my pine boughs that I had die cut out of the Tim Holtz mini holly mini greenery. I said in the prior ones. So this and this, I cut these out. I layered them. I put the little pine cones on. You can see them here. You can see them here. I wanted to hide the glue, the hot glue that I used. So let me see if I can get this in the camera. Right here on the top, I used some of the other leaves that I cut out, and I covered that glue just so you can't see it from the top. So we're done. We're almost done. And here comes the very last part. Let me zoom back out here. We have to put the stars on our trees. And I was going to use a punch, but I didn't really like how that looked. The punch wasn't the right scale. Well, I only have one star punch, and it's one size. And I didn't want to make the star the same size on all 3 trees, even though the ones that I found are not all the same size, or not even to scale, but I like the way they looked. So I went through my stash, and God knows I have a ton of stash. And I found these 3 stars. So I'm going to put this one on the top, this one on the middle, and then this one on the very bottom, because the tree that I have on the very bottom, there's not a lot of clearance from the top of the tree and the bottom of the shelf. This one you can't really see because of the pine bough here, and the one on the top you'll be able to see probably the best. So I plugged in my trusty glue gun, and we're going to attach these little stars. Let's see, I want to use this. So 2 of them are buttons, which is going to make it easier to hot glue them. The other one is just a flat back. So let's just pray, because This glue gun, once you start squeezing, it just kind of keeps going. So I'm going to tilt this up. Actually, I'm going to move my camera. It's hard to do this. I apologize. Okay. Is my camera still moving? Looks like it's still moving. Sorry for my hand. Okay, so we're going to put this silver star right here on the top. Oh, my cord is not wanting to reach. Hang on. There we go. So little bit of glue. Trying very hard not to squeeze super hard because it just keeps coming out. I'm just going to hold it there for a second so that it has a chance to dry. It's a really cute button. I don't even know where I got it from. Probably one of those like sample packs. Buttons were all the rage at one point in the scrapbook industry. So I used to buy like multi-packs that would have different things in them. And I think this was maybe a Christmas pack or something. I just never, oh my gosh, it's so cute! So you see my my glue gun? It just oozes out everywhere. It's kind of gross, but, and it makes a mess. Okay, this one's going to be a little trickier because I got to get behind these pine boughs here. Oh my gosh, I love this. I love this star. So it's a gold star, but it has like a blue enamel in the middle. It's really pretty. I think it probably came in the same pack as that one, actually. Okay, I think that one's good and stuck. All right, and then see, I forget to put it on my splat mat, and then it just oozes on my desk, which isn't a problem. I have a stainless steel desk, so it comes right up, but I don't like it. All right, let's do this little guy. Oh, see, now it's like oozing. It's being stupid. I hate this thing. I like the fine tip, but I don't like that. See, now it's stuck on my finger. I don't like that I don't have a lot of control. So if I start squeezing, it just goes and goes and goes. Like, look, see, it's dripping. Oh, you can't see that because it's off camera. Anyway, it's dripping. It just, oh, see? It just drips and it's, I don't like that. I wonder if it's the glue I'm using. I've got a little bit of glue sticks. This isn't even all of them. This is just the ones that are in my drawer. I know I have more somewhere else. See, and the strings. Oh God, I hate glue strings. Okay, everything is in place, guys. This tree turns a little bit. I don't think that bothers me. We'll leave it. Okay, so I'm gonna put my glue gun behind. See, when it oozes, it leaves little strings and stuff. So I was debating covering the outsides. Oh, sorry, I need to move my camera. Sorry. I was debating covering the outside, like the top and the sides, because you know what, when I was, the freaking glue, the glue gun got caught on there and I just peeled the string off, not remembering that's paper. So it has a little tear right there. I might coat it with, I have some crackle paint that I think would look cool. If I do that, look, if I do that, I'm not going to do it right now. I don't think. I might change my mind because I don't like to leave a project unfinished. So, see all these little nasty glue strings? Good Lord. We're done. For the most part, we are done. And I'm really happy, even though this thing gave me incredible amounts of fits. I'm trying to stay away from this glue that's just dripping everywhere. Incredible amounts of fits, we are finished. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. Like I said, I'm going to do a more close-up look of everything. I'm going to take the camera off my mount. I also want to show you what it looks like lit up because it does have the lights as we talked about before. Let me see if I can do this without dumping. If you turn it upside down, the boxes all fall out. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it. But the lights on the back are super cute. Or not the lights. The lights inside are super cute. The light mechanisms on the back are not super cute, but it is what it is. And I debated covering them with paper, but I think over time the paper would just kind of get smashed and mangled, and then I would be really upset that I'd have to replace it. So anyway, I am done. I think. I might do the crackle paste on the top just to make it look cool and also seal this paper. Like I said, that one edge irritating me because it tore. So this has been a heck of a project. I think total time I have into it, if I had to guess, was 6 hours yesterday. Prior to that, I had done all the painting. I had covered the boxes. I want to say I have at least a solid 24 hours creating this project, which it's worth it. But now that I'm done, I can say that. But I still got to put all these videos together. I got to do the post-processing and post it to my YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed watching me make this project. I want to say I enjoyed it. I started to towards the end, even though I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot of mixed media, how to do mixed media, and how to mostly mixed media, but it was great fun. So I hope you guys have a great day. You're having a good holiday season. Christmas is, what, 2.5 weeks away? So we'll talk to you later. Bye.